Did you happen to watch the interview of Tyler O'Neill on Foul Territory?
No, I missed it. Recap it for me.
Okay. So basically, I want to say it's about 20 minutes. It
Okay.
was maybe 5 days ago. So, folks, if you want to go back, Foul Territory, the show with AJ Przynski and those guys, they have, former players on the show and they have a bunch of, they get all the players. So, just recapping for anybody that didn't see it. Now, Tyler O'Neill was very professional. He did not, I would not say at all he threw Oli Marmol under the bus, but AJ Przynski asked him a couple questions about everything that happened last year. And AJ said, "Look, man, I think I'd have reacted. I'd have been really mad about that, blah, 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 blah." And so Tyler O'Neill says, "Yeah, I think I handled it the right way in the moment." He basically said that their relationship evolved into, and I think the exact quote was respect at arm's length,
Yeah.
which is not a lot. I mean, look, clearly I don't love the dude. He doesn't love me, but he is my manager. I'm a player. Respect at arm's length. Then there was a follow-up question where, again, this is very subtle. And the question was about, Tyler, what did you do in 2021 when you had your big year, eighth in the MVP and all that? And Tyler O'Neill did make, and I can't remember the exact way the question was asked. So people go, I'm not trying to mischaracterize it. He said something about the fact that the culture and the leadership that year was so great. Remember, that was 2021. That's the year
Right.
they go on the 17-game winning streak. That's Mike Schilt as the manager. It's very subtle. I'm not trying to start something out of nothing, but if folks go watch that, there were a couple little subtle digs of Tyler O'Neill giving his perspective on the situation with Oli Marmol, which I think is very interesting, but it wasn't earth shattering. But if you're a Cardinals fan, you should watch it.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to like the culture conversations and the little nuggets that are dropped here and there, the immediate draw is going to be Schilt v. Ollie. Like that's what the fan base is going to see and think about, and when they're hearing these comments, I it could be deeper than that though, right? And not so much as like deeper as there's a really big rift there that we didn't uncover, but like you know, I do think, and we hate to always go back to it, but you think about Yadier Molina. Yadier Molina was sort of like the captain of the clubhouse for a long, long time. And he was there in 21, wasn't there this past year. And so did the clubhouse, did that ripple effect have such an impact that the dynamic was just different in there? I don't know. Maybe that's giving too much credit to one guy. But I think there are probably some other distinctions as well. You could think about leadership as well in terms of the coaching staff, right? You may not love Jeff Albert as a Cardinal fan. You may have wanted him gone. You got your wish. You may have had your varying thoughts about, Mike Maddox isn't maximizing this staff, but it was a more green coaching staff top to bottom with a new bench coach as well that, was kind of thrust in last minute. So like you can make some other comparisons to 21 versus 23 that were different, that weren't just the manager, but kind of knowing how Tyler felt. I think he was relatively candid if he used that term respect at arm's length. But at the same time, you can kind of get a feel for maybe just where he would have been. And when your manager kind of undresses you within the first week of the season, to get the respect at arm's length quote is probably about the best you're going to hear as a result of that, because that was an awkward time and nobody wanted it to be that way. But once that cat was out of the bag, it sort of probably did, at least for those two individuals, have an impact on the way they were going to rebuild the relationship the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think it was fair and true. But if you're having a beer with Tyler O'Neill, is he going to use different language? Probably, but he was a
Right.
professional
Yeah.
in this setting.